Hi all, today is Training Tuesday and we're going to talk about rattlesnake avoidance training. Now I realize this topic isn't for everybody all around because not everybody has the rattlesnake issues, but here in Southern California it's a real problem and we need to be prepared. So we've been hosting Natural Solutions Wildlife Enterprises rattlesnake aversion training for over a decade. They are the only trainers that we entrust with our personal dogs, and so why would I not offer the same to our clients? Using a trainer that has impeccable timing and training skills is imperative. Natural Solutions also brings in the element of education for the humans. Public education on the dangers of rattlesnakes and how to avoid them and how to help your dog make the right choices are all discussed. This training may not be for every dog or family. It is done to teach the avoidance of rattlesnakes indigenous to our area. This can be a life or death situation that we hope to teach our dogs to avoid. The training helps our dogs make the right choice when we are not with them to keep them safe. So I want to go over a few questions that we get on a regular basis. So the first one, how old does my dog need to be? So it's generally recommended that dogs be at least 6 months of age at the time of training. This is to ensure that they are developmentally mature enough to make the correct association during the training itself. This general rule will vary by breed and by size of dog. Smaller dogs mature sooner, while larger dogs mature slower. If you have a dog that you think would be okay, but you're just not sure, we can actually still set you up an appointment and have them tested before the training to ensure that it is right for them. We won't just do the training. We always test them. So, all right, how big does my dog need to be? So any size dog will actually benefit from this training. Any dog can come into contact with a rattlesnake no matter what their size is. So our trainers have the equipment that's suitable for all sizes. They've trained everything from Mastiffs and Great Danes to small teacup Malteses and Chihuahuas. So size really doesn't matter when it comes to this. When should I have my dog trained? So there's now, that's the answer. There's not really a snake season in Southern California. With our mild temperatures, with the exception of this year, we've got crazy rain going on. But it's normally common to see snakes as early as January, late winter, early spring. They're often active looking for food and potential mates. In the late summer and early fall, baby rattlesnakes are being born, and they're traveling to find a home of their own. So all this happens near our homes because they're drawn to rodents and water, which our homes tend to attract. All right, how long will the training take? So the training process generally takes 10 to 15 minutes per dog, depending on the dog and the conditions of the training environment. So a dog that is more sensitive to different environments or one with severe separation or stranger anxiety may take longer to get into the frame of mind where they're capable of engaging in their environment. So every dog is treated as an individual and will be given as much time as he or she needs to reach a comfortable state of mind to allow training to happen. All right, how often do I need to have my dog trained? So it's strongly recommended that training be done once a year for 3 to 4 years in a row. Every dog is different. Most dogs retain a single experience for only 8 to 18 months, with a very small percentage of dogs retaining all aspects of the training for life. So after a single training, we want to make sure that they have a refresher to remind them to remember. And then we can build on top of that retention. So it doesn't hurt them to train every year, but it's after that, but it's not crucial. And unless you have certain breeds of dogs that are very into hunting, like a terrier, my terriers get done every single year, like clockwork, because I just don't want to take a chance. So anyhow, it's really only necessary once a year, but it can be twice a year to remain effective. In most cases, we don't recommend a dog repeat the training any sooner than 6 months, as we don't want to overdo it and cause the dog to go into a state of learned helplessness. All right. My dog has a behavior issue. Can he or she still be trained? Absolutely. In fact, one of the reasons I use Natural Solutions exclusively is due to their excellent reputation, ability, and willingness to work with dogs that are shy, fearful, aggressive, unfocused, hyper obedient, or have separation anxiety. The Natural Solutions trainers have a special understanding of animal behavior. They're not just snake trainers. They understand dogs. So every dog is treated as an individual, and we have there's no issues there, and they'll be given as much time as needed to get the training done. So what should I be aware of after training? There's a few points on this, and a lot of people aren't aware of them. So what should you be aware of? There's other types of non-venomous snakes like gopher snakes, garter snakes, king snakes. They all have a very different odor. Some dogs will generalize the training across all snakes, right? A snake is a snake is a snake, and they're all bad, while others may not worry about them at all. They might actually go up to them, sniff them, and that sort of thing. So owners can get really freaked out by that because all of a sudden they did snake training and now their dog is sniffing a snake. But again, they smell different. All right, a dead snake actually smells very different to a dog than a live snake. So when the blood to air barrier is broken, meaning the blood and other fluids have been exposed, or maybe a snake has been dead and it's decaying, it emits a very strong, very different and tempting odor to a carnivore. Yes, our dogs are carnivores. Most dogs are likely to go up to a dead rattlesnake or other snake after the training because, again, it's dead. It's not alive. They smell different. When your dog has alerted you to a snake or is jumping back or staying away from, or even if they're not sure, but maybe there's a snake, play it up big time. Play it up that you're scared of the snake and run away from it with your dog, of course. Then secure your dog before you approach the snake, before you catch it, relocate it, kill it, whatever it is that you do. Or if you're attempting to shoo it away. Even though your dog has learned to successfully recognize the snake, we don't want them to feel the need to protect you or get in the middle of that, right? You don't want them to watch that, because if you're interacting with the snake, then it may give them permission to do so as well. You want to never test your dog by leading it up to or encouraging it to go to any type of snake, dead or alive. A snake can, but by doing that, it can only weaken your dog's training because they trust you, and now you're giving them permission and the confidence to approach and check these things out. We want them to be scared. We want them to stay away. So don't ever test your dog, okay? Your dog, after they've completed the training, has learned the sight, sound, and smell of rattlesnakes. But you have to keep in mind, if they're running full out through the bush, perhaps chasing a rabbit, or the wind is blowing in the wrong direction, there's still a potential that a dog may run into or over a rattlesnake before he or she has any opportunity to detect it and to avoid it. So the training isn't foolproof, but it sure can help bank your odds in your favor. So that's a little bit of information on our rattlesnake avoidance training. I'll put some information below so that you can click through and see more information, just get more information. All right, if you have questions, feel free to pick my brain. Something that also normally comes up is this aversion training? And yeah, it is. And as a positive trainer, I feel very strongly that this is a life or death situation. And if I'm not there to control my dog or help my dog make the right choice, I want that default behavior to be, don't go to that thing, because that thing can kill them. So yes, it is aversion training. It is what it is, and some people won't agree with it, and that's fine. and then they won't have the training done. So everybody gets to make a decision on this. Nobody's being forced to train their dogs in this manner, and that's that. So, all right, off my soapbox. So I'm going to wrap it up for today. If you have more questions, give me a holler, and I look forward to seeing you all soon next week in our next Training Tuesday. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.